last time on Incredible Critics.
And marries someone.
So
Christopher Robin gives a red balloon to Pooh. I just love that name. It's just like Pooh.
Okay, stop.
So silly.
Okay.
I forgot the rest of the audio. We are the Incredible Critics. Incredible, not because we're great, but because our credibility
Clearly
should be questioned. Yeah, it's gonna be like later, like
you were laughing out loud too hard.
yeah, I
And
was.
just the recap of that clip.
We're gonna leave it in there. We're just gonna leave it exactly as it is,
Ben finds the word poof just as funny as your daughters do.
as they say in the business.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's right. You just gotta do it live. This week we're gonna be talking about what's on, as well as going through and talking about some movie news, big news from the Academy this week, and then going over the results of the summer movie wager. That's right. Summer may not be over, but our movie wager, it is. Joining me, as always, Tim Gruber.
Pew pew.
How's it going, Tim?
I brought those lasers back, Ben.
Nice.
It's good, Ben.
Nice.
How are you?
I'm doing well. And somebody who appreciates you bringing those lasers back, calling en route to his house, Frankie Fusco.
Hey, Ben.
There it is.
There it is.
Bringing it back.
Classic Frankie.
Oh, man. Frankie's still working crazy hours?
Yeah, still working crazy hours. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Well, that's good. Because
Yeah.
if anybody from your work listens, you have to say that.
Precisely, Ben. Precisely.
Oh, man. Guys, anything interesting happening this week?
You know, just like 10 monsoons like every other day.
I know. I was in the middle of one earlier this evening because like my recycling started getting like flooded down the street.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's the problem. All those plastic things float, so
Yeah, right.
probably shouldn't recycle.
I also have this weird thing where I forget that I have a rain jacket until I'm already out in the rain.
Yeah, right.
Does that happen to anybody else, or is that just me?
I mean, I went to the gym today and I took a hoodie, and that was a bad idea.
Poor idea.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I own like 6 umbrellas, and I don't know where any of them are.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like the umbrella gremlin that steals umbrellas is also the sock gremlin that steals socks from the dryer.
It's got to be the same.
Yeah.
It's got to
Yeah,
be the same.
You can't make a living off just socks. You gotta get umbrellas as well. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, let's go ahead and kick into it and talk about what's we've been watching and what's on. Oh, man. This week I watched The Post. Guys, have either of you checked out The Post? It was kind of a
I read
semi-big movie
an
last year.
article in the Washington Post. If that's what you're
That-
what you're asking.
Is it like exactly almost the same?
Yeah. Wow.
Now, this is the story of the Washington Post during the Pentagon Papers scandal that led to Watergate. Here's the thing. It wasn't a good movie, but I'm a sucker for these movies. I totally understand why it didn't get more love from the Academy, but I am just an absolute sucker for these films.
It was history.
Yeah, give me a good scandal and have it be based in real life events, and I'm in. That's all it needs. That's all I need. That's all. So it's I don't know. It's not for rent right now. I mean, Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep. It's good. It's good, but it's not great.
I mean, if it's got Tom Hanks in it and Meryl Streep. Wow.
Right. Wow.
No wonder it was in the up for an award.
I think only
Somewhere.
Meryl Streep was. I knew. I remember it had a really poor showing.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's what I've been watching. Tim, you been watching anything?
Yeah, I mean, just the usual
No. Please
wrapping
don't.
up wrapping up some Stargate SG-1
Oh gosh.
season 9. And outside of that, every Friday and Saturday, I've been watching when they're live broadcasting the Fortnite Summer Skirmish series, which is this huge thing they're doing over 8 weeks. Each week, they're giving away $1 million in prizes to the top Fortnite players in the world. It's nuts. It's crazy.
The economics of Fortnite
Oh,
are insane.
it's unreal. It's unreal.
Like, I'm sad I'm not in college right now studying business, because I totally would have written a paper on Fortnite,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it is a free game
yeah.
that is making $150 million a month.
Yep.
A month.
A month.
You,
Yeah.
you know who else doesn't understand the economics of Fortnite? The CEO of MoviePass. He's very confused.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do we need to talk about MoviePass again for the
No,
third
it's okay.
time?
It's good. I'm just saying he probably
Well,
is like banging his head
maybe-
against the wall, being like, I don't understand why this is working.
I
Didn't they
mean,
drop
yeah.
it down to 2 movies? Is that
Yeah,
the last thing I read?
I don't know. I tried
Maybe
using
we
it
need a new
today.
segment.
I tried using it. I tried using it on Sunday, and it still had surge pricing, and only let me choose 2 movies that were in the theater. Like, it wouldn't
That's
let me
right.
choose any of the
That's
other
right.
movies.
I think
Yeah,
we need a new
here's-
segment that's just like the movie pass update.
Yeah, here's the segment music for our MoviePass segment.
No, God, please, no, no.
Uh,
Yep.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
That'll be it.
Yeah, right. Other than that, when I got back from the gym, my wife and children were watching. We're watching. They were on the first side of the first disc of 3 parts of
Oh gosh.
Anne of Green Gables.
That
One from the 90s.
I was gonna say 80s, 90s.
Not
Yeah,
the new one on Netflix.
Yeah, not the new series. No, have you been enjoying? Did you binge that, Frankie?
Frankie's a
Um,
big and with the E
And with the
fan.
Oh yeah.
Actually, have not. No,
Yet is what he meant to
Frankie's
say.
lying.
it's on the list.
He has not
it's in
yet.
It's in my
Yeah,
list.
I didn't realize Anne lives in Canada. So I just started heckling the movie with jokes about Canada, and it was very entertaining. And the girls told me to shush daddy. We're trying to watch the movie. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm most likely in for that in some point in my life. Frankie, what have you been watching?
I have been finishing up my summer movie catch up, and I binged all of the episodes I was missing of The Flash season 5 or 4.
I still
whatever
have to
the
finish
season is.
it.
Not my favorite season. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. My probably one of my least favorite seasons of The Flash, but the best cliffhanger at the end of a season of all the other ones. So that's a
Okay.
plus.
Everybody dies. I don't know.
That
So
would,
is everything
Ben would love
coming
that.
up Barry at the end of this season? I'll take that as a yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Excellent.
Silence is definitely yes.
Cool. Yeah, I gotta finish that.
Have
I'm
full-
pumped.
What, Frankie? I think Frankie
Nothing.
may be lagging.
No. So I've been hitting the mute button so you guys don't hear the background noise, and I somehow got messed up and hit the mute button and talked, and then I hit the unmute button, and kept talking. If that makes sense. So, I'm on the right track now. It's unmuted.
Oh, good. Yeah, now it's muted.
Just drive safe.
That's-
Okay,
yeah,
Frankie,
just-
just drive safely, please.
Don't focus too much on the mute
Please.
button.
That's the problem. Is I'm not looking at it. I'm just hitting and then unhitting.
Ah,
We're good. We're golden. Let's keep going. We're doing it live.
Okay. And you also, Frankie, you also saw a movie this week, didn't you?
Oh my goodness. So I saw The Meg. We're talking about this very briefly. Don't go see The Meg. Let's be honest. There hasn't been a good shark movie since Jaws, and maybe you can put Deep Blue Sea in there because LL Cool J. But besides that, it was horrible. And Hollywood actors, can we just stop making movies about giant monsters? And this includes the stupid Godzilla movie that you guys want to see. I'm just so
Looks
tired
good.
of all these giant monsters that are just dumb and somehow, oh, we didn't know they were living in underneath the earth. I didn't know. Oh, crazy. No, it's dumb. Jason Statham, I get it. Those are the movies that he makes because he just makes money. But besides him, the rest of the movie is horrible and the rest of the cast is horrible. Don't go see it.
I mean, the movie made 44 million domestically.
Oh, that's not bad. Where does that put it on your movie on your summer movie wager bet?
I think that still puts it like in the 20s the last I saw.
Oh, huh.
21. So I had it well we'll get to that later. We'll talk about the Meg more in a little bit when we talk about the summer movie wager. But yeah, it really doesn't look good. It way overperformed at 44 million. It was kind of crazy that it got that much because it really does not look like a good movie. So I'm glad it looks like exactly what it is, Frankie. Well, let's go ahead and jump into some movie news.
This just in. Movie news.
Eventually, I'll get around to taking the ending out. Just not this week. Not this week. Oh, man. This week, there was some huge news from the Academy. Now, you're wondering why we're talking about the Academy now. We normally just talk about that in February when the actual show is. Well, they came out with a new category. I'm trying to find the official name for it. I believe it's Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film. I'm just going to fact check myself there. But yeah. Oh, sorry. Outstanding Variety Load.
Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film. Yeah.
Okay, I was right. Perfect. Yeah. I can edit out me having any hesitation about me being correct. No, I won't do that. So essentially what this award will be, they haven't announced a lot of stuff about how it will be determined, what will be nominated for this category, but the general, reading between the tea leaves, which isn't really hard to do, this is an admission that the awards that get chosen for Best Picture probably aren't or the movies that get chosen for Best Picture probably aren't the movies that the general audience sees, and there's a growing divide between what film critics want to see win Best Picture and what the general population would probably choose to win Best Picture or be nominated for Best Picture. So this category allows for films that just, I'm guessing, do well in the box office to get nominated and have an award category specifically for that. I've talked to a ton of people about this award, and pretty unanimously, everybody hates it.
Everyone hates it. Everyone's trolling the Academy on the internet.
Even the Razzies trolled the Academy this week.
Did they?
Yes.
My favorite thing I've read so far is from Nerdist News, who calls it the kids' table of the Academy Awards.
So I don't hate this move, depending on how they actually go about,
of course you don't,
finishing it. Look, here's the thing. I think that it's my personal take on it is that there's a challenge that they're having between what is a better film and what is possibly a more enjoyable film. So to pull two random movies out of my mind, Room, I would argue, and I think Frankie at least would agree with me, Room is a better movie than, say, we'll go for the big one, and you may disagree with me, Avengers Infinity War, right? It's a better film. It has better acting, more, more incredible performances by
right,
and the kid. Whatever, just follow me here. Just agree with me. It's a better film, but if I were going to go choose to watch one of those two films right now, I'd probably choose Avengers Infinity War because it is a more fun film.
Because you don't feel like throwing up after that one.
Yeah, because I'm not depressed. I'm not sinking into a depression. Infinity War, maybe a slight depression, but not as much of a depression as Room.
This metaphor is lost on me. I'm really
Look,
But here's
Avengers
the
is a
problem.
more fun film. Yeah, go ahead.
The problem's not that I get there are some movies. Yes, I agree. The Room is better than Infinity War.
Not The Room.
Right, Room is better than Infinity War. But there are some Marvel movies and there have been some superhero movies that I would put up there as movies that could have contended for Best Picture, but were snubbed because they were superhero movies. Things that come to mind are Logan and Black Panther.
The Dark Knight.
Well, Black Panther hasn't been excluded yet. It very well could get a nomination next year.
Yeah, for the Kid Table Award.
Well, and that's the thing, right? If you're nominated for one, are you immediately excluded for the other? If that's the case, then that's really not going to be good. But if Black Panther gets nominated for both, it will most likely win Outstanding Popular Film.
And they also are cutting the Academy Awards to 3 hours, and they're also getting rid of a lot of the technical awards, which are, I think, I mean, maybe just because I'm the nerd part of it, but I enjoy those more than I enjoy like Best Actress and like Best Supporting Actress and things like that.
Well, they're not getting rid of them. They're just showing them during the commercial breaks to cut down time. So they'll still have the awards, just not they won't air.
Right, but no one can see them. Like those,
they may air
some of those
online.
people,
I don't know.
Right, but for some of those people, you got things like indie films and Best Screenplay and things like that. Like some of those people it's their first time at the Academy Awards, or they want to be on TV and show that stuff, and now they're getting cut off. Like it just seems kind of weird that all these changes seem to be making the Academy Awards have more viewers, because this past year was one of the lowest viewings of it ever on TV, and I think they're not doing a good job of it.
Tim, I know you were very much against this move.
Yeah.
And it's funny because so I talked to you on like the one side of things, and I talked to my friend Connor, shout out to Connor.
Shout out Connor.
Who's like on the other side of things. And like you both equally seem to, well, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he seemed to really not like this move just as much as you did, but for like the completely opposite reasons. It was really funny talking to you two.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see what they're going to get out of this. It honestly comes down to most of the films that are considered popular don't really care about getting an award, because for so long they haven't been a part of the award ceremonies unless it's in technical stuff. And so, Kevin, the one article I read said, well, Kevin Feige doesn't need an Oscar when he has bajillion-dollar franchise turning out hits. It's just one of those crazy things. Outside of that, I mean, to me, it seems like it lessens all of the Academy Awards a little bit, because now they're saying, obviously nobody else cares about these other movies, but then they're also saying, obviously we have to just hand something out like it's a participation award, like just for showing up to the box office this year. I don't know. It seems kind of like a low, like they're really trying a little too hard to get audience back. Something I thought was really funny was the Razzies, posted an open letter. If you don't know what the Razzies are, they're the awards that go on pretty much at the same time as the Oscars, except they're for bad movies and bad performances. And anyway, so they did an open letter talking about how it's their job to sift through the bottom of the barrel, mindless, popular, and sometimes unpopular entertainment. And they kind of go through this whole thing about how it's kind of against their brand to honor movies that are popular at all, because they've gotten to a point where their brand is, let's just honor whatever movies we think have the best acting and the best this in it that probably most people haven't even seen or heard of, and it kind of pulls those up to the top. I don't know. It's pretty funny if you guys want to check it out later in the week. The Razzies.
See, I don't know, because there are movies that are huge movies in those lists. Oh, The Post actually did get nominated for Best Picture. That's a shame.
I told you.
I thought it was just Meryl Streep. I don't know. But I mean, in each year, there are like big movies that get nominated. You know, Dunkirk, you know, Frankie, and I'm going to list several movies that you hate, but Dunkirk, La La Land, Hidden Figures, Arrival, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian. I mean, those are big name movies that that got nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, when those get nominated, there's also like every other movie in that category is going to be movies that 90% of the American public have only heard of because they were nominated. Maybe not 90, maybe like 89%. But I would say there's a high percentage because when those nominations come out, it's like, oh, I gotta see which ones of these I need to see before the Oscars, and then it's like, oh, 4 of these movies aren't even showing within an hour of me. Wait a minute.
But see, I feel like I don't know. I don't want I don't want Avengers Infinity War getting into Best Picture because it wouldn't be the best picture in my opinion.
Okay,
No,
that's
fine.
Right. I agree with Avengers Infinity War, but you gotta look at the Oscars. The whole point of them is to point out the aspects, like the people who are in the industry, in the filmmaking industry, who have made exceptional and exceptional feats or stood out in the film industry this year.
Right.
And there are superhero movies that do that. There are screenplays, like I said, like Logan, that and acting like in that movie and like in Black Panther, that those actors are the best this year and have done something that other actors haven't done this year, but they're not nominated because of the fact that they're superhero movies or because they made too much money. And now they will get this participation trophy.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's better than them not getting anything.
No, it's not.
Though?
No,
Because
it's not better
if
at all.
everybody, if everybody, if not everybody, but if most people feel that Oscar isn't worth the same, I heard guys joking about how that Oscar is going to be a standard Oscar statue, but with a hat, but it's on backwards and with sunglasses, and he's doing a little thumbs up down here. And because it's going to be perceived that Oscar doesn't mean the same. It doesn't carry the same value or the same weight.
Maybe this year, but it has the potential to get to the point where it actually does carry weight. And I would argue, I would say that I haven't seen a superhero film since The Dark Knight that I felt was actually deserving of a Best Picture nomination.
But
That's because you don't see that many superhero films.
Go back to
I've seen most of
2008 though. Go
You
back to
have not.
2008 and look at The Dark Knight. I mean, it didn't get. It probably could have been. It probably could have made every single nomination in almost every category.
But it was enough that they said we need to change the rules of how we go about doing this because that should have gotten in.
But that should have got in the normal categories. We shouldn't have to make a category just to be like, I guess we'll put The Dark Knight in.
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. That was the reason why they changed how they go about nominating Best Picture, because that movie should have gotten in.
If it makes you feel any better, Christopher Nolan will be the king of this award every year. So good for him.
I mean, he won this year.
Yeah, well, every other year going forward, probably.
I mean, that could be the case. Dunkirk definitely would have won that last. Well, Dunkirk probably would have won that last year. I don't know. We'll see. Well, let's step aside, and like I said, let's now talk about our summer movie wager. For those of you that don't know, going back a little ways, I forget what episode we did our summer movie wager. The way that it worked, we chose the films that we thought would be the top 10 films based on domestic based on domestic box office. And while there's still a chance for some of the numbers to change, our winner is decidedly Tim Gruber.
What?
The crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild.
Oh,
I still think
thank
this
you.
is too early because joke's on you guys. I get my commission check this week, and I am going to spend all of it on the Alpha movie. I'm just going to go out and just buy tons of tickets to it and
I
boost me ahead.
don't think you make enough money to actually do that. I don't know how much money you make, but I don't think it's enough. Tim had 5 movies dead on. So
Oh snap!
for numbers 1 and 10, if you got it dead on, you got 13 points. All the other ones, you got 10. So coming in at number 1, we all had Avengers Infinity War, easily the highest grossing film.
Boom.
Then the next one,
The next 2 I had swapped.
He had swapped. He had 2 and 3 swapped. So it was Jurassic World 2. He had picked as number 2 and it was number 3. And Incredibles 2 was number 2 and he had it listed as 3. Then Deadpool at number 4, dead on. Solo, A Star Wars Story, dead on. Ant-Man and the Wasp, dead on. Mission Impossible 6, dead on. Then Skyscraper and Christopher Robin not even breaking into the top 10.
Womp womp.
But then rounding it out with Ocean's 8 being 1 away.
Yep. And I did get 1 point for each of 8 and 10 because they were 2 of my dark horses.
That's true. That's true. Mamma Mia 2 and Hotel Transylvania 3.
Wait. So remember when it was like a whole month or 2 and Frankie was winning just the whole time?
Right, because 3 movies had been out and he had them dead on.
And he was winning and he was like top in the world on the leaderboards.
Yeah, he was in the top
Sorry,
100,
Frankie.
I think.
Those are good days.
I mean, interestingly, I have more movies actually on my top 10. So I have the Meg at 10, and it could very possibly get to 10, but it wouldn't be enough points to get me to be beating Tim.
Bum, 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 bum.
But I could have all of the top 10 right, just not in the right order. And that is enough for me to lose, which is a shame because I was going to make you guys watch The Tree of Life.
Oh.
So Tim has 76 points. I have 60. And Frankie rounds out the bottom at 48.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah, your audio also sounds crazy.
Sorry, Frankie. It sounds like it's raining now.
Can I just say Frankie's last 3? So he has the first 7 all made the top 10. But then 8, 9, and 10, man, you really dropped off. Tully at number 8, where it was number 36. Book Club, surprisingly, almost made it. It was number 12. And then Slender Man, which I know it just came out, but it currently sits at 33.
Yeah, that Slenderman. Too bad this ends in like 2 weeks because Slenderman might pick up pace, come October.
Yeah, maybe then.
And yeah, okay,
Maybe.
Alpha's not out yet. That's what Frankie's trying to tell us. Alpha's not out yet, but
Yeah, it's not gonna do it.
uh,
It's not gonna do it. Even if it went up to number 1 and beat Avengers Infinity War, which is statistically impossible, but I guess technically there's a chance. I still not sure it would be enough points.
yeah, it would actually bump. Well, if it did that, it would bump several of his movies down into 10 slots, and then all the other movies out of their current positions,
Right.
and even to worse. So I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen.
But that's if it beat Avengers Infinity War, and let's be real, it's not doing that.
it's not gonna do it.
It's not doing that.
Not gonna do it.
So Tim, you are the winner of our first
Yep.
movie wager.
So yeah, so before you pull that up, so I have to say I sifted through. So the Incredible Critics summer movie wager was that whichever of us did best got to pick a movie, right? So
And that's based on us. The Slash Film does the summer movie wager. And
yeah.
they do the same thing. But yeah,
but
we'll
the
see.
Incredible Critics wager was we get to pick our own movie that's incredible critic style. And so, you know, I waffled for a little bit. I thought about picking the 1980s Dune, which would have been real rough for you, Ben.
Yeah.
I almost picked going a little bit later in time. I almost picked Demolition Man but I think Frankie would have liked that too much. That's a Sylvester
awesome movie.
Stallone. Yeah, it's a good movie, and it's an anniversary. Actually, at Comic-Con, they turned a whole restaurant into a Taco Bell, which is cool. And then I almost picked Encino Man, another movie with man in the title. That's a classic with Sean Astin and Pauly Shore and Brendan Fraser, where Brendan Fraser's a caveman.
Okay, so what did you...
I also thought then Frankie was going to cry because Alpha is about cave people, and I didn't want to trigger him. So, without further ado, I picked Barbie video game.
Oh, there's an ad. Of course, there's an ad first.
Why would there be an ad?
Barbie,
I picked Barbie video game hero, which can be found on Netflix.
At least you're not making me pay for it. I'm really thankful for that.
Literally every single one of your other choices I loved. And yet you went with Barbie.
I think you chose right. Let's check out a bit of the trailer for Barbie video game hero.
Hello, Barbie. As a gamer who is better than all the rest, there is a new game we'd like you to beta test. Tap yes or no if you would join this quest.
Yes.
Get ready to power up with Barbie.
2 minutes ago, I was sitting in my bedroom, and now I'm in a video game. Whoa.
I am the in-game tutorial known as Cutie, and our world is in danger. Now to save the world, Barbie will transform from one level to the next and play to win.
I need to beat every level of the game.
But first, she'll have to win the race.
Wow, the girl's got moves.
She's good.
I can skate. If you want to fly, see ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
I don't think so.
Ben, the further we got in that trailer, the more excited you looked.
So much about the things that you choose to be.
Oh my gosh.
Ben, that world
have
is
you seen
sooner
this
than you expected.
Tim, have you seen
yeah, we
this?
own it on DVD.
You own oh my gosh.
It was a Barbie movie about video games. Of course we own it.
Here's the thing. She starts off and it's a CGI film. Then she gets sucked into the Barbie video game, which is just CGI.
Oh, it's better than that, Ben. They actually, in the first segment, for the first world of the games that she's in, they actually just decide to drop most of the frames to make it look more like a video game. So buckle up.
Oh, I'm going to hate this. I am going to hate this.
You're gonna actually love it.
I'm gonna hate this. Oh man, Frankie, how are you
still
feeling?
watching Encino Man.
Oh, so coming at some undisclosed time frame, we will be reviewing Barbie video game hero.
Found on Netflix.
If you want to check it out and be part of the discussion with us. Frankie, where can people connect with us and share in their pain as they watch Barbie video game hero?
Follow us on Twitter at 3criticspod. Go to our Facebook, hit the like button, get all of our updates, and talk with us, facebook.com/incrediblecritics. Don't forget, it's super important. Go on iTunes, give us a rating, leave a comment. Really appreciate it. It helps us get out to other people.
Also, we're going to keep posting our videos to Facebook. That seemed to work out really well. A lot of people really liked them, especially Tim's children. So we definitely need a lot more of that. We're going to be posting them at noon on Tuesdays. So that's when new episodes of The Incredible Critics will be out.
Look,
when I was talking earlier, it just started pouring because this is the weather that we have here.
Yeah.
Don't you know we live in a tropical zone?
It's ridiculous.
Tropical temperate region now.
It's gonna stop in like 10 minutes.
So I was this close to Barbie in Princess Power, which is basically a movie that's set in the modern times, but Barbie is royal and is a princess, and through magic she gets superpowers. But I went with this instead.
I hate you. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.